Good evening, one and all, and welcome on down to this WA Premier League hockey game. I'm joined here this evening by Kalindi, a former Kookaburra, Hockey-roo, I should say. Fantastic evening here. It's Pride Round down here at Shenton College. Are you excited to be here tonight?
Very excited to be here tonight. Two historically strong teams. It's going to be a really great match.
A fantastic little outing we got here in Pride Round. So many festivities up and about, everybody wanting to be involved here. We've seen face painting, we've seen skills challenges, we've seen a lot of pro players down here, especially international players, lending a hand, growing the game. It's just been fantastic to see all around, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's great for the sport, continue to grow it and continue to engage players coming through the ranks.
So we've got a fantastic clash for you tonight. Westside Wolves taking on the Wasps. You just played in the women's game previously to this one. You found it a very tricky encounter up front against the Wolves tonight. Do you see a similar scenario playing out tonight?
I think on paper the Wolves are stronger, but in Premier League these games are very competitive. You don't know which way it can go, so I think it's really close and close.
So we'll take a look just shortly through the team list and all that's in front of us this evening. You just see the Wasps there on screen, getting themselves ready to go. Warming up nicely. We're going to see a little bit of rain throughout this game. It's going to be expected. Westside Wolves up on the other side of the field, looking sharp, the way they're moving through the ball, the way they want to get up and attack. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out early. We'll have the results from the previous round up on your screen now. The big talk of the town, this Hale side, just getting into form, winning 3-2 over Curtin in the previous round. Wasps had a big tie against the Reds. It was a fancy little game they played out there last week. And then, of course, these Wolves just went down 0-1 against the Magpies. It was just a little tricky game for them to get over. They did a lot right, they did a lot wrong. It's just going to be interesting to see how they come out in this fold. We'll flow over into now where the ladder stands at the moment. Up the top there, Melville just really holding strong. For yourself there, you see the Wasps down sitting there in fourth last. Similar position on the table for you guys. Is it something you guys are working on? Do you feel unlucky in the way the season's going for the men's and women's side?
Well, for the men, I think they've lost a lot of their more experienced players, and I'd say they're in more of a regrowth sort of phase. For the women, I think with our calibre of player, we're probably expecting to be a little bit higher, but it's just not happening for us this season.
We have one more look at the ladder there. Westside Wolves are sitting up in second as well. They're sitting in second in both respective ladders. Current record of nine games played, 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Their goal difference is 7, and the Wasps are sitting at -8, so the key's going to be there in defence. Can they answer the call? A lot resting on the shoulders here of Jai Clark this evening. We see the Westside Wolves there on screen now, all wrapping the Pride socks here this evening as well. Great initiative that we've seen from all these teams getting out and involved. Great support from Hockey WA, Hockey Australia, the Pythons as well getting involved, setting up all the festivities this afternoon. We've had sausage sizzles, face painting, skills challenges are spoken about through this pre-game. We take a look at the Westside Wolves lineup. Any key matches up for you, any key players in there for you that you recognise straight away?
The Harvey brothers for the Wolves, they're always quite dangerous. I think I saw Tom Wickham out there. Brynda Bess for Wasps, he's always quite good. And Daniel Rainey up front. We can't go through this without mentioning Murray McIntyre up front. He's a goal scorer, a veteran of the Wasp club, but successful strike rate.
We'll have a look once more at the Westside Wolves lineup there. Their captain for today, Simon Benetti, he was being a little bit vocal in the last previous games. He just wants to get up and about, trying to get that support for his team. It's going to be crucial for him to keep his head on his shoulders, make sure he pushes up through the line. Over to the Wasp side as well. We see now through Murray McIntyre. He'll be in 38, starting off the bench. Charlie McIntyre starting on the field for him. There's a lot of the McIntyres throughout this lineup, throughout the club at the moment. Max Bayman, he's been around for a little while now. Do you know much about his story?
I don't know a lot about Max's story. Is he the young up-and-comer?
I believe so. I've heard stories. I haven't seen him yet this season, though. I'm interested to see what he's going to pull out for us this evening. He'll be in the 25, should be running up through sort of that half-forward role. He should be really, really prominent. So players, umpires, officials, all ready to go. Just waiting for them all to take the field, and we'll be underway to get this Premier League hockey game nicely started. You see McIntyre there in 38. Saw him a couple of weeks ago. He was really firing up late in the piece. Gibbs there as well in the number 8, Brandon Gibbs. Very strong, powerful ball runner. Expected for a couple of aggressive tackles out of him as well. Just Jai Clark popping a squat on the side. He'll be crucial, ready to go. Westside Wolves taking in those last final moments. Alistair Murray at the back there, he's fantastic working out. So Pride round almost ready to get underway. Westside Wolves winning the women's fixture previously, 4-2. And it'll be an expected similar vein here in the men's game, but I know that we're going to be hoping for something different, certainly up in this commentary box. We want to see the Wasps get up.
Who doesn't want to see the Wasps get up? No bias here, of course.
What's the key for them tonight? Where do they have to be really good? Not where they want to be good. Where do they have to be good to beat these Wasps? Beat these Wolves.
The Wolves will have a very strong midfield, and so playing around the middle, because you don't want to turn the ball over in the middle because the attack straight down the centre of the field is most dangerous. And I think the key to winning any game is, of course, scoring goals. So if we can get Murray McIntyre the ball up front and let him do his thing, then that should bode well for the Waspies.
And he's just hanging out on the right of field here. Murray McIntyre has pushed his way into the starting lineup.
I'm sure I was at his retirement party 2 years ago from the Premier League, but here he is.
That was his 4th retirement as well, wasn't it?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Wolves will start with the ball. They're running right to left across your screen. Premier League hockey just set, ready and waiting. Another little storm front coming up from behind us. I hope it doesn't come in too severely. The city's going to be engulfed with it in just a few moments' time. Everybody's keen to go here. Just need a whistle to be blown. Umpire set. And Premier League hockey gets us underway this evening. Pride round. Wolves will just send this one deep and look to play laterally across. We saw a similar tactic in the women's team. Happy to move it across the back and then just play this wing ball sharply. They get a little push through into the attacking third. Early advantage paid. Entrance into the D. Need to finish, and straight away you just see the pressure from the Wolves. Simon Benetti unable just to get that last flick, deflecting it in. That's a worrying sign early. Got to be tight around that ball. First chance for the Wasps just to start going through. Just settling things down. Right wing. Not too much on here. Wasps doing really well just to shut down this defense. Looking to switch. Now play the line ball. It's a good little squeeze by Wasps early, just not letting him exit out of there. Wolves just looking to be patient around the back. They've got half a chance around the corner now. Umpire keeps his whistle away. Just looking once again at far post for Simon Benetti. Not coming to him.
Wolves are looking particularly dangerous down that right-hand side. Wasps not giving them much through the middle of the field in that press, but a bit of speed on the outside into the circle and short corner.
First short corner of the evening. You were getting a little picked apart by Ratcliffe in the previous game as well. She was just firing left bottom corner. She's pretty special when she's got that shot working, isn't she?
That's the danger of short corners. If you've got someone who can flick, it's virtually impossible to save. I don't think we did Lizzie Dogood any favours in the net today.
Oh, missed trap. Costly little error early there for Oscar Charlesworth. And immediately Wasps want to get back and reply straight away. Ball gets loose in centre field. Back in board here Charlesworth gets ignored. Now he's going to receive ball. Just looking to settle. Good squeeze. Foot. Plenty of crowd staying in here, but a multitude of beanies out this evening. Well trapped. Just couldn't quite hold on. Chance for Wolves inside again. Just lost by Andrew. Go forward again. Gets the free.
Jake Harvey has a pretty dangerous turn of speed there, so good for Daniel Rainey to break down that play.
Assessing things from the back. Looking over the top, not much on. Defender's going to get in the way first. Couldn't control it. Ability just to spin back once, twice. 2-on-1 gets overpowered. Wins free though. Strong there by Max Bayman. Has been good in recent weeks when we've seen him in these streamed games as well. Long ball. Needs a good trap just out of the reach once again of Patrick Andrew. Both teams just still need to settle into this game. Good aerial pass from Rainey. Free for Was. Wanted to look direct. Instead, they're going to switch for corner. Just comes off a foot. To really apply pressure down that right wing early. Is there much synergy and tactics between your side, the men's side? Do you try to play a club vein of hockey, or are you two completely separate entities?
In a hockey sense, we're two completely separate entities. Culturally, I'd say we relate.
All mates? Ball just gets free, goes long. 10 to go here in the first period. Wolves solidly switching across. Jake Harvey just looking for support down the spine. Have to exit back out of it. Switch deflect. Wasn't going to quite be there for Bogaleo.
Good intent from the Wolves outlet there. That ball speed is so hard to press against. As a forward myself, I know how hard that is.
Gibbs just holding play, releases late. Unable to be trapped in. Fresh legs have just come on for the Wolves. Unable to hold possession there down the sideline, and they dink it across. Sam Rowe trying to receive there, and he'll be first up defending in front. Gets the feed out of the way. Smartly picked up, smartly worked onto the foot. And pressing forward, Tom Keating wants to be involved further up the park. Inlaid ball, and Keating now takes it, looking for a little deflection. Flicked up nicely, but the keeper did so well. I think it was Adrian Baster with the last touch on that, but Jai Clark went with it nicely. Didn't release his feet too early. Saw the deflection, went left. Did really well. Pressure still here with the Wolves. Just off the mark. It's a good free one. Looking for a really long entry into the front D. Couldn't quite get on top of that, Brandon Gibbs. Just going to roll left sideline. Good defense, shutting out. Just not panicking at the moment, the Wasps. keeping ball in play. They want to keep rolling forward with everything that comes their way. They're just not quite getting to hand.
I think the right ball, though, good intent from the Wasps going forward. You could see McIntyre streaming out wide.
Back in one-on-one with a lot of space out there as well.
All day.
Robertson charging up, trying to just reconnect on the tackle with Keating. Just lays it forward. Fence swiping away nicely. Sets the back with the Bees. Just to send it up again. They're just not quite connecting up front.
I think that's where Wasps probably just need to hold on to the ball a little bit, not force it up front for their lone striker, build it up through the midfield and get a bit more support in attack.
Good searching ball into the middle. Lots of pace coming forward. Wasps roll back smartly. Wisely, the Wolves retreat out of it, but really look to push corner trap nicely. It's just enough Wasps to try contain this one, but flicked up into the D. Cross just needed, deflection in, top left corner. And that's a pretty special goal there by the Wolves. Adrian Baster on the end finishing it off. But we're going to have to take another look at that one. That last little flick inside just to work it in the D. 3D skills all there. 1-0 to the Wolves.
Great bit of vision from Jake Harvey at the back to put it diagonally through the middle of the field to the player out wide. And then exceptional skill along the baseline.
Just this last little flick here. After the turnover comes, just that little flick to get over the top of the stick and just coolly lay that through. Sliding in, you weren't really going to do anything to stop Baster there. Was just looking to reset across the back. Gee, good ball movement and a nice switch inside. Almost completing with the pass Gibbs. Gonna win free. Falling in through behind it. Just not quite there for Charlie McIntyre. He's gonna keep the press on though. In the corner, force something long. Just able to work line for the moment.
Good piece of skill there to move forward.
Did really well, pressed up against the line. Got inside 3 defenders. Good steal. McIntyre lays inboard. Well trapped by Charlie McIntyre. He just cops it up into his own face. Under 5 to go here in the first. Tripping and falling over backwards. Out wider was Brennan Toke.
Good read by McIntyre to press that and get an interception. Unable to contain it though, unfortunately.
G to play flat line. Just pushed it a little.
Really good lead by Sampson up front. Lost his defender lost him behind his back and he did a little S lead or a hook lead. If that ball was infield a little bit more, he would have been away, I think.
Huge flick. Looking to penetrate. Just a little bit too long. Benetti unable to get under it. Searching ball for McIntyre, gets intercepted and the Wolves can come straight back again. Good pressure by McGrath, forces them to go around the outside and just makes it a little bit scrappy. Pearce.
Bit too much mayo on that one, I think.
Charlesworth's been good in the middle for the Wolves so far. Just happy to control things. Work his opposite man. all the way through the middle of the park and then just connect his back four. Good push through the middle. Who's out wide? Just unable to keep that one in once again. Benetti, he's always there. He's got such a powerful little flick back across himself. Once he traps one of them, he'll be on for all money. Good tackle. Trying to get back across. Charlie McIntyre couldn't stay with him. Great charge up the middle. 7 on 7. Pierce taking on Charlesworth. Charlesworth coming off second. Pierce will leave it behind. Little flick low. Keeper kind of didn't see it for the first couple of seconds and just caught it late. Dropped the foot on it. Held firm. Good work down the line. Interception is made. Wolves have played this straight across the back. Looking to go for Benetti in the corner again. He gets onto this one. He's got one free in the D cross. Just well stopped. Unable to connect. Wolves threatening still. Looking to really press forward in defence now. Shut this into the front third. Forcing Wasps to go aerial and shooting it out of bounds.
Wolves are looking very dangerous from their back four, able to pin passes through the middle. Wasps need to fix something in their press at the moment. Really shouldn't be getting through the middle.
Better shut down here. Forcing them to run it directly up the park. They're going to win a free. At least they're locking him out. Approaching the final minute of this first term. Certainly advantage Wolves. Just haven't been able to see Wasps come forward and attack much in this quarter. Got an opportunity here though. Win the free. Smartly done. Allows them to flood forward. Ball will be with Pierce just to play it outwards. Trying to weave in between a few. Ball getting loose now. Foot short corner. Gives them a real opportunity now. It's a great carry up into the middle.
Great piece of individual skill there. It's so hard as a defender to defend that in the circle when the ball's up in the air.
First short corner of the night here for the Wasps. Gibbs will lay this inboard. Usually Bayman to trap. It'll be between Pierce. Maybe Weatherald to go for this. Is for Pierce. Goes bottom right. Just gets a deflection off the defender. Not quite there, Charlesworth. Really good goal. Wasps get one back really late in this first quarter, 1-1.
Clear example of how effective PCAs can be. If you've got someone at the top who can deliver a ball on net with power, can really change the game.
30 seconds. Hail Mary calls start to come from the Wolves. They want to just have one more look inside. They could get themselves unstuck here. Charlesworth back in the thick of things. 20 seconds on the clock. Half an opportunity, intercepted. Really nice work to keep that under control by Tom Keating. Shoved out to the corner. 10 on the clock, and that should pretty much bring us to the end. They'll have a loose little carry. No touch inside the deep. That'll bring up the first quarter. So a pretty eventful one. It took the teams a lot of time to settle down into that first period though, didn't it?
It did. I would say Wolves had a lot of the momentum in that quarter, more attacking opportunities, but Wasps just able to convert confidently on that penalty corner attack for them, and we've got ourselves a ball game.
We'll just take a look at the goals during this break here. First up it was the Wolves. Just a smart little late flick. Nothing the keeper can do there except just watch that one go all the way top over his head. And that little short corner you just saw moments ago. Charlesworth, you see looking once again at his stick in a little bit of disbelief as to what actually happened there. Very good by Duncan Pearce. Good part of this core group here. Probably was only 3 or 4 opportunities there for the Wasps. So 1 from 4 there, whereas Wolves sustained pressure. You just got to keep up on them. It's exactly how your game went down for a bit there as well. You just got hit after hit after hit, and you held out for a long, long time. But it's going to be up to these men now to see if they can do the exact same and just capitalise on the rare opportunities they're currently getting.
Yeah, for sure. I think also quality of circle entry. The Wolves have had some really dangerous quality shots on net and opportunities. Wasps have probably been just entering from the outside and not able to make much of it.
Quick chat for the Wolves. They already want to be out there. They know what they're about. They're the second quarter here in the Men's Premier League Hockey WA. Right here in Pride Round. It's not a bad little venue here, Shenton College either.
Yeah, the turf is a little bit different. I find the turf to be a bit firmer and the ball moves a bit quicker. I think it's one of the vintage styles of turfs that you don't see too often anymore.
And huge aerial flick from the start. Still gives the Wolves a chance. They were looking for that one straight in the air. Just kept alive. Just trying to be smart with their first use of the ball. Good little stick just interfering with the play there. Wasps were half away, trying to just maintain pressure on the ball, going all the way here. Sampson really getting involved from the very first part of that turnover up until almost entering the D.
Lots of energy there from Sampson.
Lots of players in motion as well here now. That one just copying Sampson on the rear. Got flicked up from an opponent though. Damon lays across. Just settle at the back here. Out wide with McIntyre. Loses out on the chase to the young legs. Impressive so far. It is Keating who took that up the sideline. Well read. Just playing a little bit looser here at Wolves.
Well contained by DeBest there.
Yeah, fighting them all off. Wants more of it as well. Charlesworth wins free. Wants it down here. Wants to move on quickly. He's got a couple of players around. Benetti just floating around in the D, waiting for something. No way through there, so Jake Harvey just goes back. This is more of what we expected off the quarter time break from the Wolves. Get that switch on, then they'll lay it straight through the middle. Pressure too good though. Just unable to hold it in that time. Lachlan Sampson, the energy man. Benetti with a couple of metres of space. Deep in territory. Just looked for a little deflection off the inside. Patrick Andrew, not there.
Right intent from Benetti there. As an attacking mid, that's the dream ball. You want to get that streaming forward, top right of the shoulder and have a shot on net. He's
a big threat to any team that comes up against him, Benetti. Rare to see him not involved in a few scores throughout the whole game. Good turn on the outside, Murray. Just sends it back. Great bit of work, turning inside, outside. Wolves threatening again. Couldn't quite hold that in. Jake Harvey, though.
So dangerous in that outside space. Not opposed to making a goal shot from the baseline either, and quite successful as well.
Pressure on the tackle, wins the free. Looking for deflection, not there. Just really need to compress a couple of these possessions by the Wolves, not let them get all the way to the top corner.
The Wasps not playing an aggressive press, so my thoughts are they're probably falling away to try and intercept these long balls that are coming through, just as the best does there.
Happy to absorb this pressure. Loose trap. And exactly there. They want to just then make something happen off these little errors that are being offered up. Wolves aren't playing flawlessly, that's for sure. 10 to go here in the second period. 1-1. Loose ball. Little flick back for G. Buys himself some time. Sampson down the sideline. Great push down. Wins free. Stick was held of Robertson. This is it. Do you want them to take their time here? Or are you looking for this just pace to stay on the game, start getting opportunities? Or do you want them to hold them up, keep them forward?
I think you've got to be able to work with the momentum of the game. There's no use rushing it and turning it over. But if the opportunity's there to go quick, I'd take that opportunity. We can see Wasps just holding out. Often you'll do this if the opposing team has really good ball deliverers, as Wolves have demonstrated so far, to get unforced errors, just as we've just seen there.
Yeah, we've seen in the last couple of minutes their long balls not really coming to foot, but certainly in that first period a lot attacking Benetti down the right wing. As soon as he gets an opportunity to come through, they take a lot of it. Wolves centre field have 3 defenders mixed in, so now they can start to push wide. Better look at forward. Just centering, ball going to be a little too deep, almost got the keeper on spin.
That play on the outside is really working for Wolves. I wouldn't be surprised if they look to it for most of the game.
Great ball. Opens things up for Gibbs. Just works forward. Slows up, waits for everyone to arrive now. Chance to pass straight through the middle. Wanted to go around left. Draws free.
Good bit of skill from Rainey there, but also equally good defence. There's nothing more annoying than a hit in this position on the field.
Ooh. Risky ball inside, not paying off. Able to get around the outside again now, Wolves. Structure holds really strong for the Wasps. Not letting them through here. Forces the Wolves to reset again.
It's proven to be quite effective. Just see bias on the ball searching, trying to set something up ahead.
Just forces that ball to go wide. Good little interception though. Handy little flick inside, just not quite cleanly carried out. Have to go back and around themselves.
Another good ball across the field. Those balls are just cutting Wasp apart. Unfortunately, Wolves not able to contain it, but the right ball.
I'd say they'd probably get 3 or 4 out of 50. And there's plenty of game left. Wasps go really wide. Intended receiver, not quite where Pearce thought they would be. Handy little aerial flick. Holding up now, pushing sideline. Little look at what's in front of them. Spinning back on the inside. Andrew takes free, pushes forward quickly, gets corner. No foot, just outside. Well defended corner ball. Straight out and across the back. Tom Keating out here on the left, ready to receive. Doesn't quite get all of it, but he can keep this in. Now he just goes over the top of the first stick in front of him. It's really well defended though, and a chance to break down the right-hand side. Charlie McIntyre.
Good use of aerials along the baseline for Keating there.
Looking pretty
Can be
good.
so effective.
Keating set in the middle here again. Leaves it behind. Big long flick, just out of reach. Very little slip up from Murray McIntyre. Got stick on there.
He'll be thinking about that after the game, I think.
He'll tell you about it. Gibbs works smartly away from the two defenders that were on him. Now they look to go centre field. Nice little inlay pass. The lead from Bayman, who looks to get it back now. Nice intercepting run. Pace just picking up on this play. Sensing something must happen here. Both sides want a piece of it. Forward press. Another impressive looking run. Beating 3 or 4 is Jake Harvey. Gets himself an entry now. Oh, smart little flick through underneath. Goal. Don't know how he got that pass underneath. Jake Harvey spectacular, and who was on the end of it? Not sure. I was just bemused by the passer himself. Take a look at this last little flick. He goes underneath everyone. Just so slyly. And 26, who's that? Patrick Basta over onto Simon Benetti for the deflection. We'll put his name down for the credits. 2-1. Wolves score late in the second. We've got 3 minutes to go to the halftime break.
Jake Harvey very busy in the middle there. You want to be looking to contain him if you're Wasps.
Well, he just had too much time with the ball in hand. That's it. He beat 2 or 3 out on the right, came all the way back to the top of the left of the D. Did himself every favour that he possibly could. Benetti wins himself a nice little free outside. Charlesworth to set things up. Pulls extreme corner, flat lay inboard. Benetti has another look at it, gets a second strike. Keeper does really well. And have to reset from the exact same position. But better that time. Jai Clark gets on it twice. Just a loose pass from Charlesworth.
Just needed to take a little bit of pace off. Still the right pass.
He didn't need to beat anyone for pace, you're right. Could have just been there. Deflection upwards off the stick of Andrew. Little foot race down the left sideline. Second last touch on the ball. Good work. Patrick Basta. Andrew lays it in ball. Charlesworth gets it in. Benetti just circling backwards. Wants to connect down the wing. Corner ball. Charlesworth, Benetti, just wide. Well left. No, it did come off a defender. pressure just really starting to wind down. 1 minute to go on the clock. Wolves with all the pressure. Great little flick on, just left wide.
Great connection from Bias to recognise his attacker in the circle, and a good touch, unlucky to not go in.
Just trying to beat them all, Charlie McIntyre. Keeping the ball alive on the wing. McIntyre now gets back onto it. 30 seconds on the clock, so they can use as much as it as they need here. Max Bayman. Winsfrey wants to go, but there's about 35 whistles telling him to come back. All he wants to do is play hockey. Bayman to lay it up for the last opportunity of what would have been the last opportunity for the Wasps in this first half, but this final score will be 2-1. So a good first half of hockey here. Obviously the Wolves, just so much pressure, so much more territory compared to the Wasps.
Yeah, I think the Wasps, if they can capitalise on some of these unforced errors that the Wolves are, when they're turning the ball over in the press, and contain the ball moving forward and use each other, the ball game might open up a little bit more for them. But still another 30 minutes of hockey, and Wasps were right in it.
So before we go off to our halftime break, we'll just take a look at the 3 goals that we had. First up was this beautiful little last touch, just sending it flying high into the back of the net. That was a beautiful short corner. Wolves levelling it up 1-1 off the good work of Pearce. And then that electrifying run, Jake Harvey pushing through. Benetti just getting this final touch. Right place, right time. That's the story so far. Wolves in control, but the Wasps won't be going anywhere quickly. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with your second half. Welcome back one and all to the second half of this WA Premier League hockey. It is the Westside Wolves taking on the Wasps. A little bit to go in this halftime break. Wolves leading 2-1. It's Pride round here. It's been a spectacular afternoon of fun for one and all that wanted to come and get involved. We've had bouncy castles, we've had international players, stars, showing everybody how to get involved and play hockey. We've seen a fantastic women's game earlier today where, joining me in the box, Kaylee, you played pretty damn well in that first game. Unlucky to get the win. Unlucky to not get the win, I should say.
Yeah, that one stings a little bit. Wolves were just all class on the penalty corners and able to convert. I also live with Sav Fitzpatrick, who's on the other team. Not sure how long I'll have to live that one down for.
Take a look at these first half goals one more time again. Was a good short quarter by the Wasps to level things back up to 1-1. But it was just this late run that's kind of got him at the front of mind. Jake Harvey, for all the work he's doing on and around the ball, he's probably leading the favoured votes for man of the match at the moment. Just so many consistent effort going forward. We'll see how that all plays out in the second half. There's a few other that were keen in mind. Tom Keating, the way he moves the ball down the sideline, the way he connects with people, certainly is impressive. And some from the Wasps, even Jai Clark, I'd have him in the votes initially already. He's had 2 or 3 really good double attempt saves.
Yeah, I think the Wolves are looking so dangerous when they can get the ball from their back group and move it with speed, either on their stick or the ball speed they're using out from the back.
So we're just looking for a couple of these Westside Wolves just to get unstuck if the Wasps get back into this one. Wasps will get us underway. Quickly play this one forward, out left. Max Bayman here with ball, and we're looking for him to step up and have a big second half as well. Plays with that intensity. He'll do well there. Wolves just with a little bit of extra tempo here to start us off. Interception. It's about how the Wolves respond to these ones. Covering a little ball and stick on the way through.
Looks like he got it straight on the patella. Hoppling off there.
Great tackle. Really strong push. McIntyre just tries to roll it forward to advantage. And once again, another strong effort there. Keating pushes him forward and he stays continuing on with the run. Andrew out wide. Keating receives it back. He's gone the length of the field. A smart behind the back little pass. Just tackled at the last second. But Tom Keating is trying to provide some special things too. Big pace early in this third quarter. Lots of strong efforts already in this third quarter, I should say. Gibbs with a strong tackle. Sideline gave it for Charlie McIntyre. Wolves will settle just outside the 23.
Father and son combo up front, nearly linking up there.
Surely they're going to get a little scrapbook of when they're older and they can compare the goals they scored together.
I'm sure it's already started.
I mean, we won't do an entire thesaurus range of Murray McIntyre's goals. There's too many to even print at this point.
We'd need additions, I think.
Jake Harvey, strong first half. Plays that ball out well, wants to receive back. It's a little out in front of him. Interception ball just going to run long. Wolves will reset this.
See him running on an angle into the midfield, drawing 2 players in as he spits it out wide, opening up the other side of the field.
Well, Red screaming forward was our energy man in the first half, Lachlan Sampson. Looking to get involved again there. Bayman gives away a little penalty on Jake Harvey. And a deflection off the defender's stick. We'll have a corner ball. Charlesworth. Great little interception. Unable to hold on to things there. Richard McGrath does inject himself well when gets an opportunity. Really attacking up and through the line well there was QB. Sets up here Harvey, goes to the deck. Will that be a short corner? I think it is. Didn't quite see the umpire before when he was blowing the whistle. Short corner, full penalty on Jake Harvey. They don't really want him to have the ball in hand. That's got to be part of the halftime discussion. That's why he's getting this treatment.
Yeah, the third quarter's started a bit frenetic, and I think players are just trying to play more man-on-man, which is why we've seen a bit more of a breakdown rather than the flow that we saw in the first half.
Just see where the infringement happens here. Solid shove in the back and splays out quite nicely on the floor there. So Harvey to trap. Benetti looks set to take it. Harvey misses, circles around, takes a shot of his own, just pulls left.
Bit of chin music for the person on the back post there.
Yeah. A little bit of payback. Maybe it was an intentional mistrap so that he could just have an excuse to have that shot off.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thinking like that out there.
Good play across the back. Benetti does well to force it. A bit of contact further up the field here. Charlie McIntyre and Bogalio getting into it. G wants a clear path in. Thinks he can get it now. Takes foot. Smartly won. Inboard ball available. Just fumbled a little bit. Had to back out of it. Great read. Good ball. Just missed out on it, did Murray. Would have been off and away there. Harvey to resettle at the back. Looks like he wants to go up. Takes on Charlie McIntyre. Good pressure being applied. Harvey switches wide. Keating sends it back. Likes the ball down the right for the moment. He's probably going to find himself back with the ball now. Keating again. Now accepts the fact that it has to go up the left. So he takes it himself. Needs support. Exits back out. Harvey out here on the right. Doesn't chance his arm. It's good defense. Great zoning here. Forcing all the players from the Wolves wide. Massive gap in the centre of the field, but the Wolves don't want to step inside. Two now start retreating in. They're going to have to change things up. They want to press forward. They get the loose pass. Benetti does well to trap it. Makes something out of a half opportunity. Going to win. Side ball. Great defensive effort there, though, keeping him out for about a minute, minute and a half. Forcing a big loose ball. Wolves lucky to get away with it. They still have ball right up front here.
A good ball from the back all the way forward, though, through the middle, and Benetti on the end of it. He's like a magnet. He's got a magnet on his stick for the ball.
Harvey out wide with a bit of room to work. Does he want to take on the one-on-one? He sure does this time. Straightens things up, gets in and behind. A loose stick comes out and he maintains possession of the ball somehow. Great cross. Just not quite there. Benetti. Huge run again, Jake Harvey.
This guy's the playmaker of the day, isn't he?
He's doing some special things. Big solo carries, not just a couple of smart things. Big solo carries. Great ball to McIntyre. The veteran weighs up his options out wide. Takes the corner. Little miss from to be there.
That was a good opportunity for Wasps. Shame they couldn't hold on to it for a bit longer. They haven't had much attack this quarter.
Just absorbing a lot of this pressure. Still only 2-1 in the scoreline. 7 minutes 20 to go. Harvey, so much ball. He's got a huge tank on him as well. Do this all day. Wants to take them all on again now. Can find a little bit of space out wide for Byers. Flicks it back for Charlesworth, who's quieting down in this third period. Looking to get involved now. Charlesworth can flick this across and in. Still another free just outside. Mounting pressure, encroaching on the goal space here. Westside Wolves. They exit back out, looking to pull a defender. Gonna have to do a lot of work here to get it all the way back up. Don't know how that's got through to Benetti. Luckily just came off his foot from a Wasp perspective. Trying to keep that in Loyant. It's Mitchell McGrath. A good chance for him to inject himself into this game. Benetti, one-on-one. In that far left pocket. Just flicks it forward to advantage, just out of reach. Wasp trapped deep. There's a four-man press, shutting him in there. Oh, Benetti's copped that straight in the hand by the looks of it. Hopefully just in a bit of a tum-tum, not the actual hand.
Bit more fat there, I think.
Could be fingers though, he's not happy. He's probably going to come for a spell as well. He's going to stay out there. Hasn't taken hold of his stick yet though. Little turnover. Murray McIntyre pushes them deep. Tries to get the cross through, just well defended, stick only. Don't want to give him too many opportunities like that though. Missed it on the outlay. Ball just not there to be connected to. Little foot. Big flick over the top, just trying to be there. Stick was up in front first for Tom Keating, who plays it on, just gets a deflection off the defender, corner ball. Keating did well, had his stick up first, had his position set. Wins that free nicely. Advantage gets played through, trapped, great exit, well worked. Wasp, chance to run, sideline ball. Sampson, great little flick over the top, wants to keep this alive. Goes in board, but the second man comes back across. Sampson still trying to press hard on him. Just unloads mountains of energy when he wants to, Sampson.
The guy's a walking meme, if you know him. Full of personality, on and off the field.
If he walks around doing that sort of stuff, I'm sure he's similar off field. Three and a half to go here. Just really compressing on him there. Unhappy to not get a free, but just got squeezed out by four Westside Wolves defenders. Ball gets played down the right wing. Boglio just trying to win that contest off him last. Wasp ball in their back third. Aerial and wide. Good chance to link up. Just need this to be clean first. Chance to hit that corner. They weren't coming across quick enough. Searching ball was there for Paul Robinson. Just needed another second or two of time.
Good ball across the field, which created that chance for the Wasps, but Wolves just proving too much class in defence.
Missed flick, and then a missed little trap there. Robinson unable to get it. And Sampson just starting to look a little bit more tired out here, the Wasps. They need to maintain energy here. Trying to get involved was Max Bayman. Fell off the side. Chance to go around the corner here for the Wolves, not there. 2 to go. Jake Harvey again. Lethally slipping just back inside the defence all the time. Ball fades across. They try to go between the few. They win a free. Big chance. Goal here would be huge. Making that margin 2 points leading into the final corner just makes you think that little bit differently. Area ball trapped well. James Benetti. Just flicked back for Murray. Down in the corner. Charlesworth just leaves it behind, off the foot as well. Good little dive at the ball, Mitchell McGrath again. Just want to see him finish off a couple of these efforts that he's had as well. Nice youngster, works his way into this side. A few tired legs with 10 seconds to go here in this third quarter. The breather necessary. Buys a little bit of time there. McGrath. 5 seconds on the clock, one chance just to get a deflection. Really well to get the stick down. Don't want to give away the free here. And that'll bring up 3/4 time. 2-1. Wolves firmly in control here, but anything could happen with a 1 point margin, couldn't it?
Definitely, and as you said, you can see the fatigue kicking in for both teams, and that can lead to a lot of unforced errors and mistakes can happen, and that could be your opener for another goal shot.
See Benetti there as well, just as he was walking over and across, had a smile on his face. So he's probably feeling a little bit better after copping that hit to the hand.
Or smiling through the pain, either or.
So what do Wasps got to do? Forget tactics and everything. Is it just about belief here, or is it just aggression? Or is it really about tactics in hockey here?
I think at this point in the game, it's about energy and just maintaining possession of the ball. They're turning it over a bit too much in the middle of the field. So luckily, that's controllable. You can control how hard you work. So it would be good to see that from them in the second half. But the Wolves are just powering over them a bit.
If you're the Wolves as well, do you park the bus? You can't really with a one lead. And with the counter-attacking of Wasps, you can't really trust yourselves not to just accidentally let one of those through.
I wouldn't change too much of what they're doing. It's working for them this game. They've had plenty of opportunities. You can see they've changed the way they're outletting. They're holding the ball a bit more with the Wasps falling away in their press. And it's just allowing them to shift the Wasp press and create some gaps for them to pin it through rather than all the unforced errors we saw in the first half where they're putting it over the sideline.
So in about 30 seconds, we'll be back underway with the fourth quarter in what has been a spectacular Pride round down here at Shenton College.
Rule of thumb is the third quarter is the premiership quarter or the game quarter, but I think the fourth is where we're going to see the game come alive here.
You hear that a lot these days. It's the third quarter, not the fourth, in a multitude of sports. Don't know where this premiership quarter business is coming from. Certainly you can win a game in the third, but Certainly never over until a team comes out absolutely screaming in the fourth for my mind.
Yeah, I'm probably just following trend there.
So it's just piqued my interest. I've had that probably boiling for 2 or 3 weeks now. You've just unluckily caught me on it.
Triggered you a bit, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine, Was. That'll go in the goal. Just left.
Wasps changing up their press. More of a forward full press here. Trying to put some pressure on and get a turnover, I'd say.
Great pass. Calmly laying it inbound. Charlesworth goes wider. Unable to be trapped out wide by Andrew. That was smart little work off the turnover from Keating. 3-on-1, isolated. Wolves get another turnover again. Flick inside, crosses nicely. Benetti was just waiting out the back door. Loose stick over the top, not there for James Benetti, giving away the free. Great press down the side once again. Jake Harvey just beating them all. Couldn't link up. Finds a short corner in there that does the umpire though. Or is it just outside?
Just outside, I think.
Fair enough, Jake Harvey. There wasn't much on there. They were trapped out wide left. Tunnel ball. Just looking, playing around, trying to flick inboard, maintains possession. Good pressure by the Wolves, but the defense holding firm for the moment. Underneath them all, just need this a little bit more depth. And a good bit of defensive effort there. Alistair Murray was in charge of that attack most of the way.
Great piece of skill, just unable to contain it right at the end.
Ball trying to get down the wing to Murray McIntyre. Good turnover, Wolves. McGrath comes wider. Good spin and go from Sampson. Try to get on top of things here. Murray McIntyre. He's fired that almost over the opposite fence.
Bit of a warning shot to his striker teammates, I think. This is where I expect you to be.
Unable to connect through the middle. Pearce just looks around. Good ball wider. Just taken over. Once again having a great game out there, Tom Keating. Still with ball in hand. Looks to try beat them all. Pass just bobbled up in the air a little bit. Lost get their chance to come back the other way. Inbound ball, McGrath. Just not connecting the pass once again. Just needs to work on that. So many good spaces for the young man. Benetti flirts down the sideline. Now Benetti can loop deeper. And get it across the face. Harvey's going to get double teamed here. Even triple team, then gets tripped. Play on. Through the legs. Harvey gets it back. Wants to take this to the baseline, trying to stay alive and wins another short corner. Not much else you could do there but push him over. It's going to get a green card as well.
That's a 4-point play right there.
Gee, just look at the strength, the way he moves through the line. I believe that is Charlie McIntyre coming to the sideline. Could be mistaken.
I think it's Pearce.
15 boys, 15 to go.
Fair enough.
That'll hurt Wasps. He's the controller in the middle of the field.
2-1 at the moment. Short corner. goes left. They just didn't quite get the trap all down to a science. Came off a Wasp foot. So they quickly retreat in defence. Sets up here for Alistair Murray just to find some option. I think he's going to have to cancel out. Come back and around. James Benetti will fling it out wide. Good work to beat the first up defender. Another couple jamming sticks come in, following it all the way. Boglio does really well. Comes back with Alistair. Stolen. Who's going to lead the charge up the sidelines here? They just need more players to come forward. Robertson gets intercepted. Great wide ball again. Benetti sits and waits, flicks in board, just no real control on that last touch.
I get the sense that Wasps have come out and tried to turn up the heat a little bit, but Wolves proving to be just as composed as they were in the first half and controlling the game.
So just keeping those three across the back. Only one or two flooding forward from the Wasps. They're still just maintaining that composure nicely, as you said. Good little tussle, good tackle down the sidelines. Once again, a little bit of space. But it's how much legs do they have left to stream forward like this for the rest of the quarter. Try and make one of these breaks into an opportunity.
Story of the Wasps game today, I think. A bit one out in attack and not able to connect and create good goal scoring opportunities.
And for yourself, where'd you find the most success? You're up the wing, you've got nothing in front of you. Are you just taking it on, hoping for the best? Are you trying to just win a little free by time?
So situational. If you can win a free hit and take it quickly, yeah, that's not a bad play. Otherwise, if you can slow it up a little bit and it's called a dump pass, give it back to a player streaming forward behind you, and then you can 2-on-1 the defence. Also not a bad option.
Just need that second person coming forward. It's where the Wasps haven't had it tonight.
Yeah, exactly. They need a Jake Harvey on their team, I think.
Makes such a difference, some of these players, when they're in form like that. Benetti, once again, has had so much of the ball tonight. Not happy with the call. Slow to the feet. For all the action we've seen tonight, I am surprised it is still just 2-1. Maybe 4-2, 4-3.
Yeah, credit to the defenders of both teams for being able to keep it out with all the quality play, as you said.
James Benetti, unable to fully connect with ball. Harvey down the wing, just lays it outwards. Happy to see that trickle and go over. Corner ball, Wolves. Just want to play it back and across. Players. Give it for James Benetti and back. Good lead out to the ball. Stronger tussle. Pierce does well to win that. They start coming through the line. It's where it's got to be something special. Robertson traps it, looks around. It's a great tackle though. They're just getting done one-on-one every single time there. It's really unfortunate. Big ball. Copping a little stick on the foot.
Second for the day, I think.
Poor Rainey. Another great run. Tom Keating.
Great ball.
Setting up another big chance at goal. Not there. Great defence. Gee, Tom Keating. It's going to be a shame. We're going to talk about votes in a second for tonight of who we think's best Tom. There's a few out there. And Tom Keating's got to be right up there, but I don't know if he's going to be the number one.
He's done his role, he's done it very well, but I think Jake's just added a little bit of extra something to his game tonight.
It's where one or two of, if Tom's turned into goals where Jake's didn't, then it can flip the other way. Could have outperformed him. But all credit, he's played a very solid game up and down the park. So much commitment from the man. It's a big thing noticed from the Wolves in this game tonight as well. They've all certainly bought in. Not that the Wasps aren't there. This Wolves team all buying into tonight's game. They know what they want to do. Murray gets the interception off the pass. Chance for a turnover again. Sampson, little ball of energy, wants to work it forward. Big chance, not there.
Exciting moment for Wasps. That was one of their better chances of the game. Unfortunate to not connect with Rainey in the end.
Similar vein there as well. Couldn't say we could give it to one of the Wasps tonight, but Sampson, if a couple of those opportunities have gone in, they win the game, then he certainly looks like in much better light for a man of the match.
Big hero moment for him.
Big hero moment for him. Mainly I just want to hear his voice now that I've heard all about him.
Just give him the interview for that.
Sure we can find a reason for him. Chance right inside the D. Just couldn't quite keep it under control. Corner ball. Three and a half to go on the clock. Keating says he doesn't want a piece of that. Long ball out wide. Irvine, real soft hands. A little bit of rain starting to fall here. Trapped by the defence nicely. And just going to be exited way out of there. Missed ball though. Murray McIntyre. One-on-one at the back. Now the second and third defenders are retiring across. And rain starts to really tumble down. Could it cause havoc on these final few moments? Just trying to win, stay on the ball. Great work there. Still here for the Wasps. Just need to finish off one of these opportunities. Make this a big ball game. Tie here would be huge. Huge bit of rain now. It's getting heavy. Infield ball. Keeper couldn't keep it on. Who's there to finish this off? McIntyre, no. Would have levelled up the game. Charlie McIntyre. Just a couple millimetres away. Gee, that would have changed the script a little bit.
For sure. I think if that was a goal and it ended up as a tie, you'd be quite annoyed as a Wolves player ending the game in a draw.
Irvine. Good ball out wide. Another good bit of forward pressure. Netty one-on-one inside. Was really looking just to apply the pressure, not give away the free, but the attacker gets loose. Tries to flick it to the man on the baseline. Turned over. Murray straightens things up. Gets trapped. Inboard comes now. Trying to reverse around the back.
Little diving deflection on the post there. Wouldn't have gone astray.
Minute 20 on the clock. Wasps really need one here. Level things up. Would change the entire script of the game. Doesn't look likely though. Just floating another ball forward. Benetti goes shoulder to shoulder.
Bit of physicality there in the bottom corner.
James Finetti just taking his time setting this up, wisely using the rest of the clock. Setting that far corner again. Turnover's good. 30 seconds. That pass just not quite getting there. Probably would have been the last roll. Harvey slapping it down the line. That pretty much wraps us up. 5 seconds on the clock. Nobody else looks interested in finishing that one off. So 2-1 will be the final scoreline. Westside Wolves are victorious over the Wasps. A sad day during Pride round. The Wasps going down 0-2 here in the feature matches, but you can't be mad at the round and the spectacle that was down here at Shenton College today.
No, you can't be mad. Hockey's always the real winner, isn't it?
We're all here just to have a little bit of fun. Support everybody in their endeavours. Massive shout out to all the volunteers. Came down and helped out today. Notice you didn't get your face painted before the game as well.
No, I did. I just sweat it all off. I work really hard out there.
Congratulations, you're the winner.
So, Westside Wolves victorious here. Just a little bit too strong throughout most of the proceedings. As you see our man of the match, Harvey, just getting himself kitted up to talk to us in a moment's time. Been a fantastic night of Premier League hockey here in WA once again. As we jump down now sideline, Jake Harvey, another spectacular win for the Wolves and yourself.
Yeah, it was great. Really good game. I think Wasps are really coming into some good hot form coming the end of the season, so we knew it was going to be a really tough game. Lots of really good young talent in that group and a few experienced heads, mainly made up by Muzz, but great game, good competition, and just a really great game for a great event with the Pride round for us this year, so yeah, really stoked.
Okay, thank you very much.
And just from your own personal play as well, you found yourself having 2 or 3 spectacular runs where you beat 5-6 defenders moving left to right across the field. The one that set up that second goal as well, that you just shunted it between the legs under everyone. You must have felt like you had some good touch tonight.
I was really just trying to stay away from the defenders. I wasn't really trying to beat anyone. I was just trying to run to where the space was. So, yeah, no, it was a bit lucky that it opened up at times. But, yeah, like I said, really good team. And, yeah, fortunate to get through it a few times. But, yeah, they were able to slide past me a few times as well, which is something to work on.
Well, congratulations to you for being our man of the match, and congratulations to the Wolves again.
Beautiful. Thanks very much, guys.
So that's a wrap up here. Thank you very much all for joining us tonight. Thank you very much for joining me up here as well.
No worries. It's always a pleasure to watch some hockey and happy to put my voice over the game.
It's been a fantastic Pride round here. Premier League hockey here in WA is over for another week. Thank you all very much for joining us. We'll get home safe and we'll see you all next time.
Thanks everyone.